sportscasters talk about. Oops. Okay.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Northern Lights Center for Spiritual Living, a community of people dedicated to using spiritual and practical principles to create lives we want to live. And Northern Lights Center for Spiritual Living offers practical and spiritual tools to make positive changes in our lives. Our promise here is to reveal, inspire, uplift, celebrate, and magnify your greatness. We acknowledge our presence here on the traditional and unceded lands and waters of the first people of Seattle, the Duwamish and coastal Salish peoples. These people are still here, and we join with them in how they continue to honor and bring to light their ancient heritage. We seek to resist the erasure of Indigenous histories as we work towards honoring and inviting the truth. In a similar fashion, we acknowledge how much of what we know in this country today, including our culture, economic growth, and development throughout history and across time, has been made possible by the labor of enslaved Africans and their ascendants, who suffered the horrors of transatlantic trafficking, chattel slavery, and Jim Crow. We also name the Asian and Chicano people who toiled with little recognition. We are indebted to their labors and sacrifices, and we must acknowledge the tremors of that violence throughout the generations and resulting impacts that can still be felt and witnessed today. Please join me for our opening song, Woke Up This Morning. Which will soon be on the screen. I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. Well, I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Walking and talking with my mind stayed on spirit. Well, I'm walking and talking with my mind stayed on spirit. I'm walking and talking with my mind stayed on spirit. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. All day long I keep my mind stayed on spirit. Well, all day long I keep my mind stayed on spirit. All day long I keep my mind stayed on spirit. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.
Well, good morning. Here we are, another Sunday, another sunny day in Seattle for now. This is a time that we set aside each Sunday to center ourselves, to give ourselves permission to relax, release, and be in the present moment. So I just invite us to get as comfortable as we can in our chairs, if you're standing, sitting, however, wherever you are, just allow yourself to relax and set all those things aside that may have troubled you getting here this morning or getting to wherever you are. You know, you don't need them right now. and you can always pick them up later or not. And in that, I just want to invite us to take a few deep cleansing breaths. A breath that you take in and it goes all the way down. Expands your diaphragm. And then we release it with that audible sound. It's just like, oh, that feels so good just to release. And so we'll do 3 of those. So let's take a nice deep breath in and hold it and release. One more time, deep breath in, diaphragm expanded, and release. One more time, deep breath in, and release. And this morning, we're just going to do a quiet, peaceful meditation, allowing yourself to be calm and contemplate what faith means to you. What is faith to you? And so we're going to it's going to be what is faith to me? What does faith mean to me? If an answer didn't come, it will come. So now I just invite you to come back to wherever you are and to be present. Wiggling your fingers and toes if you need to. Just move your body a little bit and open your eyes. And so it is.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Thanks for being here. We're going to do our affirmation, a little change with something I like to do when I speak. So if it serves you, allowing yourself to stand up You at home invited to do the same, or wherever you happen to be. And I know I usually say yes, we have interruptions, but anyway, when you hear the I statements or when you're reciting the I statements, point to yourself. So, because there are more I statements than at the end. So you'll get it. Okay, everybody ready? God is the only power in my life.
God is the only power in my life.
Nothing from without
Nothing from without
can touch the perfect life
can touch the perfect life
of God within me.
of God within me.
No past experience
No past experience
has power over me.
has power over me.
I am a perfect child of God,
I am a perfect child of God,
and nothing that anyone has ever done or said
and nothing that anyone has ever done or said
can interfere with my divine inheritance.
can interfere with my divine inheritance.
The power of God
The power of God
is greater than any circumstance in my life.
is greater than any circumstance in my life.
Turning away from all feeling of inadequacy,
Turning away from all feeling of inadequacy,
I discover that all that I need
I discover that all that I need
is within me now.
is within me now.
As I forgive the past,
As I forgive the past,
and I do forgive the past,
and I do forgive the past,
I find that I have nothing to be sorry for
I find that I have nothing to be sorry for
and nothing to run away from.
and nothing to run away from.
Casting off the old me,
Casting off the old me,
I discover my true self.
I discover my true self.
I take dominion in my life.
I take dominion in my life.
Old habits have no power over me.
Old habits have no power over me.
Conditions have no power over me.
Conditions have no power over me.
So I want you to think of some conditions, because I know we got some conditions happening. And I want you to say, conditions have no power over me.
Conditions have no power over me.
Personalities have no power over me.
Personalities have no power over me.
I take dominion.
I take dominion.
I am whole.
I am whole.
I am free.
I am free.
I am complete.
I am complete.
Now and forevermore.
Now and forevermore.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
All righty. Today's reading is by Dr. Ernest Holmes, and it's called Understanding Faith. We wish a faith based on the knowledge that there is nothing to fear. Fear is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. The thought of faith molds the undifferentiated substance and brings into manifestation the thing which was fashioned in the mind. This is how faith brings us our desires to pass. When we use our creative imagination and a strong faith, it will create for us, out of this one substance, whatever we have formed in thought. In this way, man becomes a co-creator with God. There will never be an end to any of the eternal verities like truth, love, and beauty. There will never be an end to God, nor to any of the attributes which are co-eternal and coexistent with God. If we are wise, we shall cultivate a faith in these realities. This is not a difficult task, but a thrilling experience. Spiritual substance is all around us, waiting to be formed. Thus we see what Jesus meant when he said, ask. And I say unto you, ask, and it shall be given unto you. The law must work in compliance with our demand. The divine urge within us is God's way of letting us know that we should push forward and take that which is awaiting our demand. If the good were not already ours in the invisible supply, it would be impossible for us to procure in any manner. He openeth his hand and satisfieth the desire of every living creature. There's no confusion about it. History has recorded many instances of healing through faith. This is the undisputed fact. Yet, we cannot believe in a divine power that responds more quickly to one than another. We are compelled to see that prayer is not an end of itself. It is the means to an end. Like the practice of science of mind, it is a way. The principle governing faith is that when the one praying becomes convinced, their prayer will automatically be answered. Jesus announced the law of the mind, saying, "It is done unto you as you believe." The universe exists by its own self-pronouncement, but its only affirmation. It only knows, I am. It knows nothing else. Therefore, whenever prayer in faith touches reality, prays aright, prays according to whatever the truth is, then prayer must be answered. And so it is.
Just looking for the light.
Oh,
light up.
okay.
Looking for the light.
Okay. Jeffrey was doing something.
He wanted to light up the piece.
So this first song, those of you from East Bay will recognize it, and others may recognize it, but it really holds a special place for me. And
This is exactly
not that broad, but in that our choir, when we would sing this song, it was just really, it's better than the original, in my opinion. And so
Meet
enjoy.
Miss Pink.
Okay, Miss Piggy, we get.
there is a power, a presence, one life of all, and no other power
And they have
can exist
Are you guys able to hear?
outside of the infinite.
What?
One love, there can only be God's love. Oh, yes,
Anyone hear this?
I
Yes,
Yes.
know
I think.
that I walk. Oh, yes, I walk in the love of God. There is wisdom and a knowing, a loving and a truth. Whatever you need to know will come in God's way for you. Oh, just say until it shows. I will pray and I won't move on till I know, oh, that I walk in the love of God. For a power, a presence, one life of all, and no other power can exist outside of the infinite. Oh, one love that can only be God's love. Oh, yes, I know that I walk. Oh, yes, I walk in the love of God. I walk in the love of God. Yes, I walk in the love of God. Of God.
Lovely. I hope you enjoyed that. So, the month of January, we talk about the first 4 chapters of the Science of Mind textbook. So I am not steering away from that. We are going to continue with that conversation. So today is the 3rd chapter, and the 3rd chapter is what it does. Now, spirit, God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, because I might go back and forth, and you have your favorite name. And so just know we're talking about the same thing, okay? Spirit works through us, as us. We've heard this. This is nothing new. We know this to be true. It needs us in order to express. The thing about spirit is that it's impersonal, meaning it doesn't have any favorites. It works the same for everyone. Reverend Michael talked about the law, and the law is the same for everyone. Man's law is supposed to be the same way, but we know that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the universal law. It works the same way. You work it, it works you. However, there's that little caveat that talks, it needs to be in the highest and best. So doing harm to folk because you're working the law is not the way it works, because there's that law of cause and effect that we know that there's a cause and there's effect from that. So in harming someone, there can be something that comes back to you that's probably not as pleasant. There is that karma. Now, one of the things when we talk about what it does is it's impersonal, it's universal, it acts on it. Reverend Michael talked about, ask and it's given, but you have to ask from this place of knowing, from this place of faith, from this place of trusting that it's done. You start wavering and it gets a little wishy-washy, and the universe is like, oh, okay, let's be wishy-washy with them. So it happens it happens as you believe. Now, the universe is always saying yes. Your wish is my command. However, this is a reciprocal relationship. And what I mean by that is the universe is saying yes to you, but you got to say yes to the universe. So we need to establish that relationship of reciprocity, that relationship of, yes, I'm going to be obedient and do what I'm being guided to do. Now, with that comes this idea of faith. We had meditation around faith. Reverend Michael did a lovely reading about faith. We're going to talk more about faith today. Surprise, surprise. Now, as usual, I like to look up words. I like to see what the definition is, what other people are saying about it. So the definition I found is complete trust or confidence in someone or something. Okay? Complete trust or confidence in someone or something. Complete. Recognize the word complete. It's not like, okay, I know some of you, football fans or sports fan, you can be fair weather, where, yeah, I'm all for you when you're on top. But now you're kind of in last place. I think I'm going to turn the channel and watch something else. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about complete faith, complete trust. Now, we always have faith. Everybody has faith. It's where you're putting your faith. Where are you placing that faith? Are you placing that faith in external things? Or are you placing that faith from within? Are you trusting yourself? Are you trusting that God is working through you and God is saying yes? And that you're saying yes back? Where are you? Why is faith important? Reverend Michael gave us some lovely reasons. But I'm going to add to them is it gives us strength. When you're walking in faith, you have that inner resolve to withstand any kind of turmoil, those conditions that we talked about in the affirmation, those personalities that we talked about. You can maneuver through them with that faith, and you have that faith within yourself. That faith, trusting the Spirit, trusting the universe, trusting God. These are really trying times for most of us, given the political climate. And so, are we getting swept up in the inertia of the craziness, because it's crazy? Or are you standing solid knowing that God's got it and there has to be a bigger reason? There's something good that's coming out of this. That doesn't mean you don't stop doing what it is you need to do or saying what it is you need to say. It simply means that you trust and know that even if it looks bad, there's some good in there. As you know, I like to say there's a pony in there somewhere. And when in that somewhere there's a whole bunch of poop. And so I know we're seeing a whole bunch of poop right now. Can you see the pony? Or even know that there's a pony there? Okay, so we're going to talk about faith today. Faith will allow us to move forward. Okay? Faith also gives us peace. Who doesn't want peace? So, talked about faith. We all have faith. There is in the prosperity class, there is a image of, for any of you, what is it called? Financial freedom? Financial freedom class. There is an image that you see often, and it's this carriage. And the carriage, what we're talking about with this carriage, the horse-drawn carriage, that's what I'm talking about, is who's driving the carriage? Are you allowing your emotions and your feelings to drive the carriage? Or are you letting spirit drive the carriage? And so when we allow spirit to drive the carriage, we're operating from a faith of God as opposed to a faith in God. In God is that it's this outside entity that I'm praying, and if I'm good, it's going to deliver what it is that I want. Faith of is I am standing in the knowingness that it's already done, so I'm just going to do what I'm being guided to do and just know that the pony's there. So what we're going to do, hope we're going to have a little fun this morning, is we are going to do a faith checkup or a spiritual checkup. And it's like, when you take your car in, and I might be making this up, but like they'll have a 10-point check. And so they're checking these different things to making sure that they're in alignment with a car working. Well, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do a spiritual checkup, making sure we're in alignment. So as we're going through this, I want you to look at it from a place of, okay, I really excel at this, so I can just create more of this. Or, oh, this might be an area where I might need a little work. And it's okay. And so in that is the life work. Okay, as you uncover, so you're going to have life work regardless. If you're like, oh yeah, I aced this. I don't have to bring my car back in because I got this. Well, you want to keep the car running. So you want to keep yourself in this place of faith. So you're going to just keep, and you're going to just up the ante. Okay, ready to play?
Yeah.
Okay. Yay. Yes, let's play. Okay. So Reverend Michael, you're going to have to guide me. Am I just opening up the PowerPoint? I know, but is it up? Oh, I just clicked this. Ah. Woo! Got faith. Yes. And where am I sharing? Ooh. I don't see anything. It's not popping up. Oh. So how do I get, oh, right here? So I go back here?
Yeah, you got to your face there. Zoom meeting.
Go back to my face here?
Zoom meeting there.
This?
Right there, yeah. Click that.
Okay.
And then down below, it says share.
Yay.
And then.
Am I sharing? Can you guys see? Phyllis, can you see? Yay. Okay, we have liftoff. Got faith. Yes. So, our first point on our, okay, why is this? Oh, there we go. On our an attitude that is opposite of faith is feeling defeated by your weaknesses, challenges, and obstacles. Because all you can see is how impossible it is. That's not faith. Another way in not demonstrating faith is you're feeling tired because you're relying on your own human power to do something instead of asking for guidance. Anybody gotten tired while you're doing something? And it's like a mental exhaustion. Instead of turning it over, you're just trying to make it work. And I think back to when Annette and I were working on our kimono project, and when I encountered a problem, I was like, I don't know what the answer is, but I'm going to keep on doing what I'm doing. So that was standing in faith. And the answer always came. Another way in which is the opposite of faith is living in denial that you have any weaknesses, obstacles, or challenges. Everything, it's all good. Really? Is it really all good? And if you can say yes, that's fine. But if you're like, I'm just saying that so I feel better, or I think I'm feeling better, it's not the way to go. Standing in faith around this will look something like facing and admitting to yourself that you do have weaknesses, obstacles, challenges. It can also look like relinquishing control. And turning everything over to spirit. Do we have any control freaks? Yeah, we got a freak in the house. Okay, no. So, letting go of control. Another is having a joyful attitude in spite of your weaknesses, challenges, and obstacles. Being in joy. We talk about joy a lot in this philosophy. Can you be in joy and knowing that, there's a pony in there? And I'm going to get that pony one day. Being in joy. Oops, going the wrong way. The next one. Can I keep moving forward or do I get stuck in the past? We said in our affirmation that we're letting go of the past, but are we really letting go of the past? So not being in faith, not being in spiritual alignment would look something like you're dragging your feet. You ever heard of procrastination? I know we don't have any procrastinators on the call or in the room, but I know I'm one, so I guess I'm in the room that I can procrastinate. And you're procrastinating when these opportunities come your way. It's like, oh, I'll do that tomorrow. Oh, I'll do that next week. Or I'll do that when the weather gets warmer or when it's colder or whatever. You always have a reason for why. Another way in which this can look like non-faith is dwelling on your past failures and using them for excuses to not trust and to move forward. So remember when we tried that last time and it didn't work? So what are you going to try now? Just sit down and just be in the, oh, woe is me. This next one, because I'll do research and find different things. And when I found this, it was like, ooh, I felt it in my whole body. And it's settling for a small life. Ooh, at the end of the day, at the end of this thing we call life, and when you're looking at assessing your life, did you settle? That feels yucky to me. When we're talking about stop yucking your yum, that's yucking your yum when you're settling. And so let's not do that. How to be in faith around moving forward and not getting stuck in the past is listening to your inner voice. That voice is always there guiding and directing. Are you listening? Another way is moving forward when prompted, even if it's scary. Sometimes it gets scary. It's like, ooh, I don't know. Public speaking may not be your thing, but you're being guided to get up there and say something. Do you do it? Or do you just allow and give into the fear? Do you have faith in the fear? Another way is not giving up, but working, continuing to work, even if something goes wrong or it's taken longer than you think it should take. Persistence, yes. Stuff is going to take as long as it's going to take because it's not about the destination. It's about the journey. What are you gathering from this? Because you're always going to have a destination. You're going to always have something you want to do or achieve or manifest. Moving on. I keep wanting to go the backwards. Okay, number 3. Do I spend more time or energy worrying or knowing that everything is working out? Are you that worrier or are you in the knowing? They are very different. Not being in faith, not being in spiritual alignment looks like worrying about every possible scenario. So you're thinking about all the stuff that can go wrong and trying to protect yourself from the pain that you think you might get along the way. What is it saying? That pain is inevitable, but suffering's a choice? You're going to have some pain. You go to the doctor, you get a shot. I'm not a fan of needles, except if I'm sewing. When you get a shot, it's painful, but they tell you that it's good for you. Yeah, but it's like, okay, most of the time you do feel better. Another way of not being in faith is to trying to control things. We talked about this before. And when you're trying to control because you're trying not to feel the pain, but you don't want to, you're anxious or you're overthinking or over preparing. Do we have any overthinkers or over preparers?
Yes.
Yes. Maybe it's a Gemini thing because I can overthink and I can over prepare. And it's like, oh, really? That's all? Another way in which we demonstrate the opposite of faith of spirit is shrinking back from things that make you feel anxious because you don't believe that spirit's got your back. Oh my goodness. It's like, yeah, can't do it. Spirit doesn't have me. So on the faith side would be what? Spirit's got me. Spirit has me and is carrying me and has brought me this far, didn't bring me this far to drop me. That's one of the things I say. It's like, oh, okay, you're looking at all the things that are going wrong, but it's like, okay, that's okay. But we already say God is the only power in my life, right? Well, then the Spirit, God has the power to overcome all this. Another way is to turn things over to Spirit and continue to live your life without worry. Turn it over and go on about being in the joy and the happiness of your life. Oh my God, it's so good. Doesn't the air smell good? It could smell like poop, but you're deciding that the air smells good. Another way is to be grateful in advance. That's how you can be in the knowing. When you're in the knowing and you're grateful for it and it hasn't shown up, it's there, but it's not, you're not physically experiencing it, but you're giving gratitude, you're giving thanks for it in advance. Number 4, how easy or difficult is it to ask for help? Now, I know at least one person in the room that doesn't always want to ask for help. I won't say who it is. It could be all of us in this room at some point or another. Not being in alignment with the faith of spirit could look like refusing to ask for help from other people because you don't want to look weak or risk anyone looking down on you. Anyone been in that situation? Not wanting anybody to look down on you? Okay. Another way is getting angry, discouraged, impatient when you don't see what you want manifesting. Ooh, guilty. It's like, well, Spirit, you said, you promised. It's like, yeah, I did. I didn't say when. I have a friend that was out walking and was being guided to go a different way. And she went the other way and she fell and hurt her ankle. And so she said to Spirit, she said, you told me to go this other way. And Spirit's answer was, yeah, because you would have broken your leg had you gone the other way. I never said you weren't going to hurt yourself. So, how easy or difficult is it for you to ask for help? Standing in faith would be boldly and believing in asking Spirit for what you desire instead of trying to figure it all out for yourself. Every morning, I know I've shared this before, I ask Spirit, how am I to be in this day? And pretty much comes back with the same answer. I think I got some work to do. It's like, and when I call Spirit on it, it's like, yeah, and you still got some stuff to do. Being in faith, asking for help, that's obvious. Okay. And then the other is waiting patiently. I am not the most patient of people. I grew up an only child. I want it now. And Spirit's like, you are not my only child. And you don't get it now, always. And just have to be patient. Working on it. That's one of those I get to work on. Number 5, do I beat myself up for mistakes or do I learn from them? So not being in faith. You don't try because you're afraid you're going to fail. Anyone's done that? I know this is a big thing with Phyllis and her family. You stop trying after a failed attempt. I tried it. It didn't work. I'm going to stop. That was my dad's MO. He tried one time, was not patient, and it didn't work. And therefore, I'm not going to do it anymore. Hiding your failures is another way of not being in the faith place, not playing the faith game, not being in faith. Being in faith can look like this: assessing your mistakes and seeing what you did wrong and trying again. We talk about Edison and the light bulb. I mean, I always go back to that. I'm not sure if I would have tried over 1,000 times. I am thankful that he did because I do like having light bulbs in my house. You can also give thanks for your mistakes because they're showing you what not to do. You can also see the beauty in the mistake. There's beauty everywhere. If we choose to look at it, we can see it. Okay, so we're halfway through. How we doing? Everybody just acing it? It's not a test, by the way. Okay. Number 6. Which influences my life more, spirit or my emotions? Ooh. Some of us just go with our emotions, and because it's our emotions, it must be true. So, not operating from a faith place is believing that if you feel something, it must be true. No, it's your feeling. That doesn't make it true. Do not confuse your emotions with truth. Another way in which we get off the path is reacting to situations and following your feelings instead of slowing down to ask yourself if your thoughts and feelings are in alignment with the highest and best. Just because you feel it doesn't mean that's the highest and best. It simply means this is your feeling. We can also seek comfort from the external. Instead of dealing with our stuff, we look for outside gratification. That's how we have all the addictions. Because I'm not dealing with it, I don't want to deal with it. And it doesn't even have to go as far as an addiction. It can just go with, procrastination, as we talked about that. It can go with, okay, instead of doing this, I'm going to binge Netflix. I'm guilty of that. Nothing wrong with Netflix, but something wrong with it when you're doing it when you could be doing something that's uplifting your life. When I'm using it as a means to not moving forward. Seeking comfort for the external. Comfort, we want the comfort to come from within. So being in faith is taking time to quiet your mind and to listen to your internal guidance. That's why we meditate in the morning, to stop and listen, to set our day. Another way is getting out of your own way. Some of us are so in our way that we can't see the forest for the trees because we're all up in it, and it's none of your business. Another way is, I said this earlier, is spirit didn't bring me this far to drop me. That always works for me because it puts me back into, it's like, where am I putting my faith? Where am I trusting? Am I trusting spirit, or am I trusting the condition or how I'm feeling? Because you ever notice how if you're feeling bad, stuff looks really bad, but the minute you start feeling a little better, it looks better. It didn't change. You changed. Number 7, how paralyzed am I by people's opinions of me? Ooh. Not being in faith is fearing that people and their opinions, because you think they have power, more power over your life than spirit does. So those people, those other people that are saying whatever it is they're saying, you feel they have more power than yourself, than spirit. Another way is idolizing people, putting them on a pedestal. I used to do that. I stopped. Because when you're putting people on pedestal, where does that put you? Below. And you're always going to come out lacking. That's not a good feeling. So just stop it. In a Bob Newhart kind of way. Another way is people pleasing. Ooh. Compromising your beliefs and needs to make other people happy. Any people pleasers? You're just doing it because you want to make everybody feel good. You don't want people to feel bad. And so I'm just going to go along even though I'm hating it. Stop the people pleasing. Just stop it. Yes. Being in faith would be, spirit is for me. And standing boldly in the belief of yourself. Standing bold in your convictions. Also staying secure when there's conflict in relationships. And being in the calm as you're going through whatever it is you're going through. Another is rather seeing people as those people that are approving or disapproving, seeing that they're just here to be loved. So put love in the mix. Love up on them. Love has a whole lot of power. Number 8, we're almost there. How easy or hard is it for you to forgive? Or is it for me to forgive? Not being in faith is thinking that spirit needs to forgive you. We don't believe that spirit, the universe, God is some man sitting up in heaven counting off how many times you were good and how many times you were bad and deciding if it's going to forgive you or not. We're not Santa Claus. God is not Santa Claus. If you're on the naughty or nice list, Spirit's not forgiving you. Spirit loves you regardless. Your picture is on Spirit's refrigerator. Just love. It's a love fest. Want you to have everything. And it's giving you everything. Are you open to receive it? Another way of not being in faith is responding to hurt feelings with cutting words. You hurt me, I'm going to hurt you back. Ever been in that situation? Ever been on the receiving end of that? I remember there's a scene in Mona Lisa's Smile. I don't know if any of you ever saw that movie. Mm-hmm. I love movies. It's Julia Roberts. And there's a scene in there where one of the characters lashes out at her friend. And what the friend does, instead of lashing back, she goes and gives the woman a hug. And I thought, ooh, that's different. I'm not sure how I would have acted in that particular situation. And I'm thinking at that time, I probably would not have given her a hug. Would have been something opposite of a hug. I wouldn't have hurt her, but not physically, but with some words, probably. Another way of not being in faith is only seeing how you've been hurt and taking things personally. We know in the 4 agreements, don't take things personally. Kind of hard, but it's not about you. Sometimes I have a friend that sometimes it's everything is about them. Everything. And it's like, don't do that. Just stop it, yes. Being on the faith side is knowing that you're always loved by Spirit. Spirit's got you. Spirit loves you. Also being willing to forgive. And let's be gentle and sensitive to others and to ourselves, even when we're hurt or wronged. Yes. Number 9, do I believe that Spirit has a great purpose for me? Ooh, we're all here for a purpose. And the word I want to point out is great purpose. Not just a purpose, but a great purpose. You are here to demonstrate great things. So not being in faith with thinking you can't help anyone. And oh, woe is me. I have nothing to give to the world. Get over it. Another way is clinging to material things to find meaning or purpose in your life. So collecting material things because they make you feel better, or so you think. Standing in faith would be understanding and knowing that you don't need any special talents or skills to make a difference. You're special just because you're you. You don't need to get that other degree. I mean, it could be nice. You don't need to read that other book. You don't need to take that other class to demonstrate and to move through life and demonstrate that great purpose. Another way to stand in faith around this, your great purpose, is to be willing to let go of those things that no longer serve you. How many times do we just cling and hold on to stuff that isn't serving you? That's like having clothes in your closet. You're a size 8. It's a size 2. And the thought is, I'm going to get in that someday. Okay, are you doing something to get into that size 2? If not, let's get rid of that. It's no longer serving you. Every time you look in the closet, you're going, oh, remember when I was that small? Maybe I shouldn't have eaten that whole thing of brownies last night. Another way of stepping out and being in our great purpose is to take a step. Just one. And then it can be followed by another step, and then another step, and another step. And stepping out on faith, I always think about Indiana Jones. Okay, yes, I'm going back to a movie. That scene, if you've seen Indiana Jones, I know, has everyone seen? Okay. Well, in the room anyway. Is that scene where, he's having to save his father and he's having to go through these things, right? And he steps off that cliff. Now, every time I see that, I kind of have the same reaction. I don't know if I would do that. And you know how much I love my dad. He'd be like, "Ooh, Dad, I'm sorry." But being willing to step off and take a step and knowing that, the ground is going to come up to meet you, or knowing that you're going to sprout wings to fly, or knowing that something's going to come and just envelop you and just raise you up. Spirit's got you. Remember that. And then we're down to the last one. Number 10. Woo! Yes. How receptive am I to spiritual advice about my life? Some of us don't like advice. Some of us feel like we know it all. Some of us want to do it all on our own. Well, remember, God works through people. And so being willing to accept the advice. Accepting doesn't mean you have to follow it. You can assess it and say, okay, yeah, I think I'll try that. Or maybe, no, maybe that's not it. So being out of alignment, not in faith, would look like arguing with anyone who seems to stand in the way or contradict you being right. There's that, would you rather be happy or would you rather be right? And some people might say, I want to be both. But sometimes you can't. Sometimes you just have to choose to be happy or choose to be right. Another way is getting fixated on what you see and getting angry at those who challenge you to see things differently. I'm hurting and I want to continue to hurt. That's how it looks. I remember, and I think I've shared this before, I used to co-facilitate a women's group at my church in the Bay Area. And this woman came, we never saw her before, but all was welcome. And she was giving her story about how somebody did her wrong song. And she was singing that song. She had a great melody, and it was just sounding. And so she said the story. We didn't bite. She said the story again. She said it a few times. And each time as the facilitators, we didn't, cross-talking was not something that we did, but for facilitators, we could offer. And so, every time she did it, we said whatever. And finally, it was like, we won't be seeing her again. Because she wanted someone to co-sign with her. She wanted someone to be in the, oh, woe is me. Life is bad. Aren't I a victim? And some of us like being in that victim. Yep, being on that pity pot, having the pity party, bought the streamers and everything. Just stop it. Another way in which we're not standing in faith is getting fixated on what you see and getting angry at those who challenge you to see things differently, which is the one I just said. Okay, the next, how to stand in faith. Knowing that spirit works through people and recognizing your angels. Angels come in all forms, even if they're disagreeing with you. That angel could be someone that's showing you that you're right in your conviction. And the other is trusting that you're being guided. So how'd we do? Great. Yay. Did we find some things that, yeah, I got that? Yes. Did we find some things that on that? All right. So that's our life work. What's that? Fix it. Yeah, just do it. Just be in the faith Be in and trust yourself, honor yourself, love yourself, stand in faith, stand in your power, stand in your conviction. And so now we'll hear our closing song. And do I need to do something here? Stop sharing? Yay. Okay. We got issues. We all got issues.
You have no control over them.
That's right. And mean it. Mean it, mean it, mean it. It's a Rickie Byars kind of day. Yes.
Patricia, Patricia.
Ooh, Patricia's going to show us how to lose weight. Is that? Oh, you're just hearing it here. Okay. Can you guys hear it?
I feel the spirit moving in me. I feel the spirit moving
Thank you. We already said goodbye to YouTube.
Yeah.
We've already said goodbye to YouTube, folks. That's okay. It happens.
We have a purpose.
That's why we have a movie.
Well, to imitate. Well, yeah, the second movie they didn't need to have.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, well, first one was cute. Oh, part of it was cute. Little Gizmo was the best one. He was the sweetest one.
Okay.
So I'm sweet. Speaking of sweetness, hello everybody. I don't know if you guys, if it was going in and out, the Zoom, was it going in and out for you guys?
It did for a minute.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know what was happening because I could see
Yeah.
on my screen that it was doing weird little.
Just a little bit.
It kind of like it froze up.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, just take a breath in. We got what we needed. To me, that's the gist of it. You know, you take, like I know in AA meetings, they say, take what you need and leave the rest. Oh, well, yeah, that too. Yeah. So, yeah, thank you, Stephanie. This is your third Sunday.
That's right.
There you go. There you go. And I believe she's going to be the practitioner next week.
I am.
Yes. So there we go. Yeah, this 10 steps I wrote down, it's like, oh, we run out of paper. But yeah, each one of them I can attest to that I could use a little work on. You know, I could use a little maybe adjusting. Like I took the car in the other day just for oil change, and $460 later. It's just, you know, but I looked at it and I said to Reverend Vaughn, I said, you know, we have not had any major work done on that, you know, in years, you know, and it's been a trusty little car. We've had it since 2014, and it's what, 12 years old, something like that. And, you know, it needed a little loving. So I had to. So in all that, I like the one part, like who's driving. That's a big one. I thought, yeah, who is driving? And it's like, oh, okay. Sometimes when I'm driving, it's not good. Too many potholes. So, okay, now we shall do, if I can get this right, go to share. We will do our, not that one, we don't want that one. That one we've completed. There we go. We showing up? Oh, we are showing up. We don't want a declaration though. Oh, we didn't do our declaration, did we? I had failed on that. Oh, well, we know who we are. So now we'll do our offertory prayer. I am rich, I am prosperous. Money flows to me freely and copiously, many channels. Spirit is the source of all my good. I give abundantly and I've already received. And so it is. And Reverend Vaughn will do the honors here in the room. Hello. And
Yeah.
I have to do something here. And those of you online, you know how, if you choose to contribute, how to contribute. And I want to shut this off and say, shut the puppy up.